we look at aspects of Ganesh Puranam, and we look at focus and focusing our awareness. Our focus in life seems to be in much disarray. We pursue everything in life all at once. We chase after comforts, pleasures, great wealth, and we aspire towards every other aspects of a significant achievement. But this is actually not true focus. Focus in life can never be this. These things are not the goal of life. They are the means towards a goal. The acquisition of wealth is not the goal of life. The acquisition of wealth is the means achieved through which we work towards the achievement of a goal. A vehicle is not the goal of life. A vehicle takes us only to our destination. It's not the destination. Sanamukh means focusing ourselves on God or coming face to face with God. Sanamukh. And Vimukh means when we turn away from Bhagavan. And as we pursue so many things, not having Dharma as the foundation, we are slowly turning away and we are becoming Vimukh, turning away from Bhagavan. Our minds and their waves are fluctuating. It's not steady. So the mind is the instrument of our thoughts, and it is our thought that needs to be harnessed and controlled, not the mind. In our capacity as humans, in attempting to accomplish all that life has to offer, we have become Vimukh. We have turned away from God. We have turned away from Bhagwan. We have turned away from our connection. Your presence here, each annual Ganesh Mahotsava, enables us once again to achieve our focus. And that's why it is annual. And it is also rhythmic. It's a rhythm. We are following a rhythm of nature, a rhythm of the season. It's called the Ritu. Rhythm of all the seasons. And we are aligning our consciousness according to this rhythm. Your conscious self has brought you here to focus on your higher evolved self. And to be reminded, each year we are being reminded, and again we are being reminded, empowering oneself again to face Bhagwan with reverence. Life must be revered, and it is an honor to be alive and to be conscious of the pulsating presence of God here. The pulsation, and we are so certain about this moment, we are not certain about another. It is a sacred empowerment granted by Shri Ganesha. There is no discernment as to the value of life. One life is as valuable as another, and all must be revered. All life must be revered. And one simple guiding principle can make a world of difference, and that is the way we choose to live our lives. We choose to be face to face with God, Sanmukh, then we will achieve the fulfillment. We will live harmoniously with other life, and we will find focus. Today we exploit the very entity that preserves and sustains life. How uncaring we have all become. Disregard and discontent for life has led us to only do harm to each other. We have actually brought the ecology to a destruction. We have destroyed this planet. We have destroyed the capacity for us all to live in harmony. And that is why the Rig Veda declares peace, peace, peace. And each one of our mantra ends with peace and more peace. And that is why the great Vedic mantra, Dyaum Shantir Antarikshagum Shantir, we are not praying only for peace upon the planet, but in the Antariksha, the terrestrial and the celestial Antariksha. Dyauho Shantir Antarikshagum Shanti, Prithvi on the earth, Prithvi Shanti Apaha. There must be peace in the waters. And what have we done to the waters? Prithvi Apaha Shanti Offg. Peace and preserve the trees and the herbs. Offg, Vanaspati. And what we are doing? We have destroyed it. And we are destroying as we destroyed the Amazon forests. Millennium of ages ago, Vedas declare, preserve the ecology and show reverence to every aspect of life. When we overcome our karmic obstacles, we become worthy to continue a course of life towards a greater good. And only by evolution of our consciousness through katha, through kirtan, through devotion, we can evolve in our consciousness and in our awareness. For without it, there will exist only arrogance. Evolution is a process which must occur from within. And it is evolution of consciousness, evolution of mind, evolution of awareness, evolution of Atma. Therefore, when we come together each year to celebrate Shri Ganesha and Ganesh Mahotsava, it is a reminder as to our nature and our identity with our Supreme, how we can reconnect. Each aspect of life relates and relies on and expresses reverence in totality, no matter how large or small it may be. This is why our scriptures, and I'll use the word Shastram, says, Hastasya bhushanam danam. Hastasya bhushanam danam. Satyam kanthasya bhushanam. Shrotrasya bhushanam shastram. Bhushanaikim prayojanam. We wear so many different types of jewelry. We wear chains, necklaces, earrings, bracelets. And that's not bad. But we also need to wear real jewelry. And what is that? Hastasya bhushanam danam. In the hands that do good work, those hands that serve. Hastasya means the hands. Bhushanam means these are the ornaments of the hands. Danam, when we can do service to others and come together like this, generating our earnings to celebrate Bhagavan. This is the value of your dhanam. This is the value of the blessings of the fortune God has bestowed upon us. So, those hands that lift fallen humanity, by bringing together souls to be reminded so that we can be reinstated into our true identity. Those are the jewels of your hands. Hastasya bhushanam danam. Those hands wear the richest ornaments. Hastasya bhushanam danam and satyam kanthasya bhushanam. Satyam kanthasya bhushanam. The beauty of the voice is speaking the truth. Satyam kanthasya bhushanam. The jewel of our voice is speaking the truth. Not the jewels which you wear around your neck. We wear all this beautiful jewelry around our necks, and when we speak asatya, we speak untruth. When we do not glorify speech in truth, when we sully the power of speech with untruth, then we have cursed the gift of speech from Bhagavan. Isn't this fantastic? Speech must be soaked in eloquence. It is the ornament of speech. So satyam kanthasya bhushanam. The ornament of speech is the power of truth. Speech can only be considered truly beautiful when we observe satyam and when we use the power of speech given to us to glorify, to sing and to glorify and to immerse our minds and our soul and our beings, our consciousness in divine ecstasy, in a rhythmic order as Ganesh Utsava is celebrated, as Devi Pujan will be celebrated. And each opportunity gives us, each occasion gives us an opportunity to connect. Satyam Bruvat Priyam Bruvat Nam Bruvat Satyam Apriyam. Shastra declares Satyam Bruvat, speak the truth. Don't speak what is unkind. Apriyam na bruvat, and don't speak which is unloving and false. Speak the truth in such a way that it is pleasing, that it is also pleasing, but never speak untruth which might sound pleasing to others. So Shastra gives us guidelines by which we must conduct our mundane life. And what it does, it lifts our energies and spiritual awareness. Shrotrasya bhushanam shastram. Shrotrasya, the beauty of our ears. We may use a lot of jewelry on the ears. Sometimes I say 2 or 3 or 4, sometimes 5 earrings, right? So Shrotrasya bhushanam shastra. The beauty of the ears is listening to the name and charita, the character of Bhagavan. Kano ki shobha, shastra sunne se. Prabhu ka naam sunne se hota hai. The glory and beauty of having ears or hearing is to drink through our ears the epic glory, the glorious epics of Bhagavan and the beauty of his various avatars, Krishna avatar, Rama avatar, Ganesha avatar. To listen to these stories, these are the pastime that will lift our minds. Other than that, other type of activities by listening and by using the power of sight will simply degenerate your consciousness. So it is very important that today, more than ever before, We who have this opportunity to study and to learn, to impart and to receive, Shrota, the listener, and Vakata, the one who is doing the narration, we are blessed. Indeed, I am twice blessed, for you have given us the opportunity to sit here, pretending to be Veda Vyas, and simply read to you, and you are using Shastra, the glories and the stories and the nectar, to beautify as ornaments the power of hearing and the power of speech. As we introduce Ganesha Puranam, it is important that the foundation for any narration be established. This knowledge which we are in the process of passing down to the next generation must be done so carefully and effectively that all questions are answered and all doubts are clarified. This must become contemporary Sanatan Dharma, the Dharma of humanity, that every question must be answered and you should not have any doubts. Therefore, as we have done in the past, we invite you to ask the relevant questions pertaining to Dharma, its practice, and our Shastra. Now, if someone will ask, what is your sacred scripture? What will you respond to? How will you respond? Is it the Ramayana? Is it Ganesha Purana? Is it any of the Puranas? Simply your reply will be Vedam. The entire Sanatan Dharma is based upon Vedam. Vedam are 4 in number. The Rig Veda, Yajur Veda, Sam Veda, and Atharva Veda. Bhagavatam says Nigama Kalpataru. Nigam means the Veda and Kalpataru means a tree. And this Veda tree carries many branches. And the many branches are the Puranas and the Upanishads and the Itihasas, which we refer to as Ramayana and Mahabharata. So simply your response will be Vedam. And Vedam means everything. Ved is the source of Sanatan Dharma, and it comes from the root word Vid, which means to know. And Veda means repository of all knowledge. So Vedam is also referred to as Apurusha or Apurusheya. Apurusheya means its origin is not of any man. Apurusheya. Since they are all written in an encryptic format, it needs to be decoded. And it is being decoded. Vedam through Upanishads, through Puranas. So here you are being presented with Ganesha Puranam. And Ganesha Purana brings to us the essence of Vedam. So it has been decoded. Bhagwan says, from your heart, only say just one time, I love you, my Lord. Prabhu, main aapka hoon, hriday se, but it must be said with sincerity. Not just by lipping, but by saying with sincerity. In this light, our Shastra has given a beautiful order for our thoughts, for our words, and for our actions. Our thoughts, our words, and our actions, Shastram gives a beautiful order, and it tells us, Manas ekam, Vachas ekam, Karmana ekam, Mahatmana. Manas ekam, vachas ekam, karmana ekam, mahatmana. Meaning, take care of your thoughts. Manas ekam, mind. Manas ekam. Because thoughts will become your words. Take care of your words. Vachas ekam. Take care of your words because they will become your actions. Karmana ekam. Take care of your actions. Karmana ekam. Because karma will form your habits. And mahatmana. Take care of your habits because they will form your character. So if we can remember just these three, manas ekam, vachas ekam, karmana ekam, mahatmana, then you have received the full understanding and teachings of Vedam. At the end it says, karmana ekam mahatmana. By following these steps, you become a great soul, mahatmana. Take care of your character because it will form your destiny. And your destiny will be your life. And there is no higher dharma than the truth of the existence of life. That we belong to Sanatan Dharma and this person belongs to another dharma and another way of life. Sanatan Dharma says no. Sanatan Dharma says the highest dharma is the truth of the existence of life. That life exists in everything and therefore all life is worthy of reverence. So Shri Tulsidas Ji Maharaj says, I bow in reverence. Siya Ram Nai Sab Jagajani Karau Pranam Jodi Jugapani. I clasp my hands and I bow to the presence of God in all things, in all beings, all created things carrying the presence of Sita and Ram. Therefore, strive on diligently along the spiritual path and realize these eternal truths. This will make you supernatural. It will make you a supernatural human being. Maha-Atmanah. Boli Sri Gajanan Bhagavan Ki Jai. Shastram says, from a single point called Bindu. This what the female devotees wear in the center of their forehead. It's called Bindu. You refer to it as Bindi, and Shastram says Omkaram Sanyuktam. Omkaram Bindu Sanyuktam. This Bindu, this point which you are wearing, this dot which you are wearing, what does it mean? From a single point called Bindu, billions of times smaller than a pin, spiral out our universe, our physical universe. And this is reflected in the Vedic mantra, Hiranyagarbha Samavartatagre Bhutasya Jataha Patireka Asita. Hiranyagarbha means the cosmic womb. Hiranyagarbha. Bhutasya Jata, from which all living things manifested. Kasmai Devaya Havisha Vidhima. The rishis then asked the question, to whom shall we make the offering of Havi? Kasmai Devaya Havisha Vidhima. As Ganesha opened his eyes in the form of Lord Brahma, Tvam Brahmas, Tvam Vishnus, Tvam Rudras, Tvam Indras, Tvam Suryas, Tvam Chandramas, Tvam. As Ganesha opened his eyes in the form of Lord Brahma, he projects the multi-universe. And as Shiva, when he closes his eyes, he withdraws the universe back into his mind. So Ganesha Upanishad says, Tvam Brahma, Tvam Vishnus, Tvam Rudras, Tvam Indras, Tvam Agnis, Tvam Vayus, Tvam Suryas, Tvam Chandramas, Tvam Brahma Bhur Bhuva Swaro. Ganesha Upanishad says, and remember this, Shri Ganesha is Brahma, he is Vishnu, he is Rudra, he is Indra, he is Agni, Vayu, Surya, Chandrama, Brahma, Bhuva, Swaro. He is Om. What is this Om? This energy at the point of creation is so great that it continues to expand at infinite speed. That bindu, that point. The ancient Vedam says the universe has been evolving through Nada Brahma, or the universe of vibration. Nada Brahma, universe of vibration. This is not a regular vibration. This vibration does not require two objects to clash to make a sound. Its vibration is of itself. It is called the primordial Om, the sound that reverberates in eternity, in eternal time. This is the sound form of Lord Ganesha. So Lord Ganesha may have the form of the elephant, and he may have many other forms. But what is called the sound form of God is equal to Om. This sound form is the link between the inner world and the outer world. So when we connect through mantra, mantra is connecting us to the inner worlds. This process is reenacted in our Viva Sanskar. And at the time of the Matikur ceremony, where the ceremony starts with the beating of the drums, signifying a new beginning and the evolution of life from the primordial sound emanating from the beating of the drums. So the Matikur and the Viva Sanskar, it is a reenactment of creation. And what is going to happen in the Viva Sanskar? You are going to procreate. You are going to bring into the world children, worthy progeny, with the hope that these children, this progeny that has been planned for, will uplift the human race. So it is being sanctified. Isn't that wonderful again? To think that the beating of the drums is not just celebration, but it is reminding you of the beginning, at least one of the many beginnings, which means it is the beginning of creation. Nad, sound. It is because of the woven fabric of the universe which rolled out by Shakti Devi. You see, when the story is read that Bhagavati rubbed the murk from her skin and she formed the child, and then that form was dipped into Ganga and it was infused with life, that form was given a name, and that name, one of the names is Dvai Matur. Dvai Matur means having two mothers. One is Devi Parvati and one is Ganga Maya. So in a story form, it has been described as removing the murk and dipping it, infusing it into the water and giving it life. What does it mean? It means Mother rolls out a universe of matter, a universe of material matter. And this material matter is called the universe of Prakriti. Prakriti means nature. But more than just nature, it means Prakruti. Kruti means that which exists. Pra means the prefix, means that which always existed. But it goes through a growth process, which we call projection. So the mother, who is called Shakti, she projects the universe and it solidifies, which is the vibration of pure energy, solidifies and becomes a universe of pure matter, our universe, a universe of name and form, material nature. Is it difficult to understand? Is that difficult? It's not. It's not. The sciences which we are taught, these sciences are continuously coming closer to the edge of spirituality. And where sciences will end, spirituality continues. There is no difference in Sanatana Dharma between science and spirituality. What is happening is science is trying to figure it out. And Sanatana Vedic Dharma, from the Vedas, they have already figured it out. So it means that science must take one leap, a leap into the transcendental, the non-material dimension which is being described. So here, Bhagavati Devi rolls out a universe and is infused with Shakti or life. So we call it the world of matter and the world of energy, where there is no difference between matter and energy. So we have the form of Ardhana Ishwar, Shiva, as half Shiva and half Shakti. This is matter and energy. Mother-father principle, mummy-daddy God, if you want to say that. So Sanatana Dharma, which is being decoded, presents to you. If you are a man of Jnana Yoga, scientific mind, then that appeals to you. But if you are the simple person who simply wants to practice bhakti, devotion and glorifying, that will serve your capacity. So you have the many margas, path, jnana, knowledge, devotion, bhakti, karma to serve. So one may serve, and so many facets which are given to us in Sanatana Dharma by which we can interact. In here, the description is given. Imagine a spider web that extends into all dimensions. The web is made up of dewdrops, and every dewdrop contains the reflection of all the other water droplets. In each reflective drop, you'll find the reflection of all the other droplets. The entire web in that reflection expands itself to infinity. Ganesh Upanishad describes it by saying, Sarvam Jagaridam Tvatto Jayate Sarvam Jagaridam Tvattishtishthati Sarvam Jagaridam Tvatto Jayate Sarvam Jagaridam Tvattishtthati. Akash or space is not an empty void. This space itself is Ganesha, the womb of creation. Tvam bhumir apo anilo nabha. The word nabha means sky, means akash, means space. So this space is full of life called pranic energy, and this energy in this space is what is used through devotion to access every imaginable thought, speech and activity by the yogis. They can catch these vibrations, whether they are vibrations of the past or vibration of the present. This energy is infinite and it produces a reduced size copy of the entire pattern of what it is manifesting. Infinitely complex, yet every part contains the seed to recreate the whole. And it is billions of times smaller than the head of a pin. And that now expands. That is the energy principle, that is the Shakti principle, that is Shiva principle, that is described as a Ganapati Ganesha. Tvam gunatrayatitaha. Ganesha Upanishad says, Tvam gunatrayatitaha. Constant change and transformation produces differences from the original. This transformation is called Ganesha's web net, the embedded intelligence of the matrix of time and space. In this time and space, which is being described in Ganesha Upanishad, Tvam kalatrayatitaha, Tvam kalatrayatitaha. This form of Ganesha, this form of Om, as sound vibration in the universe, is neutral, it is timeless, and it is dimensionless. In other words, Ganesha is the Lord of time. He creates time, but the definition of time is it is neutral, time in itself is timeless, and it is dimensionless. How fascinating is our Vedam? How fascinating is our Shastram? How fascinating is our Puranam? For the mind who appreciates the story of the Kathas, that too will be brought to you to enjoy. And to the minds that are fascinated by the higher sciences of Sanatan Dharma, which bridges this soul consciousness with the entire cosmos, that too is brought to you. Therefore, Tvam yogino dhyayanti nityam Tvam shakti trayat makaha. Boli Sriyar Shakti Jagadambika Mata ki jai. Let us offer ourselves in prayer, in loving devotion to that Lord Shankar. Jai Jai Shiva Shankar Maheshwaram. Jai Jai Shiva Shankar Maheshwaram. Jai Shambho, Jai Shambho, Jai Shambho Digambar Bhuteshwaram. Jai Shambho, Jai Shambho, Jai Shambho Digambar Bhuteshwaram. Jai Jai Shiva Shankar Maheshwaram. Jai Jai Shiva Shankar Maheshwaram. Shashishekaram Mundamaleshwaram. Shashishekaram Mundamaleshwaram. Kailasha Vihari Kapaleshwaram. Kailasha Vihari Kapaleshwaram. Jai Jai Shiva Shankar Maheshwaram. Jai Jai Shiva Shankar Maheshwaram. Jai Shambho, Jai Shambho, Jai Shambho Digambar Bhuteshwaram. Jai Jai Shiva Shankar Maheshwaram. Tvam yogino dhyayanti nityam Tvam shakti trayatmakaha. We create the Mayic illusion of solidity of things. We give it a name and we label it. You then lock this particle into a being or thing, defining it to exist. With the creation of things comes time, which is what creates the illusion of solidity. Tiny particles or wavelets are arriving and passing away trillions of times per second. Reality then is like a series of frames in a film camera moving quickly as to create the illusion of continuity. When consciousness becomes perfectly still, the illusion is understood because it is consciousness itself that drives the illusion. This is defined as Ganapati, and Atharva Shirsha gives the stillness of consciousness. Atharva Shirsha gives stillness of consciousness. And the dynamics being described is because of our perception, our own perception giving form, when in reality, everything that exists is described as one unified field of consciousness, only appearing to be different because of intensity of vibration. There is no difference between diamond and a junk of coal. The difference is diamond withstood the pressure over millions of years. And if the junk of coal will also withstand the pressure over many years, it will be transformed also into diamond. Therefore, it is a unified field. Everything only appears to be different because of how the vibration of resonance appears. Iron and wood, there is no difference. It is intensity of vibration. Through this understanding, all experiences of the past, present, and future exist now and exist always. The tree, the sky, the earth, the rain, the stars, they are not separate. Life and death, you and me, we are not separate. Everything is connected to the one vibratory source called Ganapati, which is enveloped in one sound vibrational form, and that is Om. And again I say, this is not difficult to understand. Tvam Brahma, Tvam Vishnus, Tvam Rudras, Tvam Indras, Tvam Agnis, Tvam Vayus, Tvam Suryas, Tvam Chandramas, Tvam Brahma Bhurbhuva Swaro. Upanishad says there is only one consciousness. One force that moves through all. This consciousness is happening around you. This consciousness is happening through you. And this consciousness is happening as you right now. Namo Bratapate, Namo Ganapadaye, Namah Pramatapataye. You are the eyes through which the creation sees itself. You are the eyes through which the creation is seeing itself. Everyone and everything is you, and the consciousness looking out of every eye within every particle is that conscious being. You are not separated from that consciousness. We are not separate from God. Tvam Shakti Trayatmakaha. this Shakti is driving towards a balance at all times. Nature is driving towards a balance. We also desire that balance. But in search for that balance, our ego has made us turn away from our source. Tvam vangmayastvam chinmayaha. Tvam vangmayastvam chinmayaha. Everyone is ensouled with the pulsation of Ganapati. So we are all Gana. We are all Gana. And the energy is Isha, the life source. So Gana Isha becomes Ganesha. So Parvati produces Gana, the body, and Ganga, Maya, infuses Isha or life within. So he is called Ganesha. Life plus body. We are all the principle of Ganesha. In principle, life and body. Gan plus Ishwar. Ganesha. Tvam pratyaksham brahmasi. Only through Ganesha can the world continue to evolve and change. Otherwise, it will collapse back into its point of origin called Bindu. Ganesha, therefore, is the witnessing consciousness. So there is nothing that you can do that is not witnessed by him. So he is Tvam Sakshat Atmasi Nityam, the eternal witness. Witnessing consciousness, the eternal witnessing consciousness. Tvam Sakshat Atma, Sakshat, that witness of the Atma. Tvam Sakshat Atma Sinityam. So we are not different. You are not different. The Bhagwan is not residing in another galaxy and created a world for you to live on. And we are subservient or we are slaves to the supreme universal dictator. No, we are one with him, but we have just allowed ourselves and the truth to be concealed. And since that has been concealed, and we allow it because we are creating the concealment. One of the concealment is this body. That's why we observe vratam, abstinence of food, because this is the food we are moving around with, and it is described as the food covering. Annamaya kosha. So this food covering is an aspect of our beings which we allow to conceal our true nature. So this is concealing part of our nature, our true identity, Annamaya. So we have no control over the food which we ingest and the type which we are ingesting. So it forms this kosha, this sheet covering, and it has been concealed. Tvam sakshat atma sinityam. So we have been in a forgetful state for thousands and thousands of births in the game of life. Now we can't even discern that it is a divine game and there is something to be found in this game of life. Through Ganesh Atharva Shirsha, our minds become more concentrated and focused. That's why you must listen to it. How many times? Again and again. How many times? as many times as possible. Again and again, again and again. Only then we'll be able to discern. Through Atharva Shirsha, our minds become more concentrated. This will help us to observe our inner world. We cannot recite the Atharva Shirsha, then the Atharva Shirsha is given to you by one letter, Gam. Recite only Gam, Om Gam, the seed syllable song of Ganesha, which is atomic in power. Like this atom is very small, but it is full of power. This is called Bij Akshara. The Bij Akshara, the seed syllable letter song form of Ganesha is Gam. So you can't recite everything. You say Om Gam, Om Gam. And that Gam song will reverberate. And as it resonates with you, you can identify with Ganesha. Simply reciting Om Gam. Sanatana Dharma is not a difficult dharma. Once we can understand the law of the one vibratory field of Om, then no one can become the sole proprietor of this field. Our true crisis today is a crisis of consciousness and an inability to directly experience our true nature and to recognize this force is in everyone and in all things. This is the birthright of every human being. Bhagavan exists in me, in you, all of us, through us, in every dimension, and all life, therefore, is sacred and worthy of reverence. This is the fundamental of your beautiful Sanatana Dharma. Tvam pratyaksham brahmasi. We are in dire need for the realization that there is only one consciousness. The world needs to wake up and acknowledge that there is one consciousness. And to awaken one's true self is our calling. But all beings must also become awakened. All beings must also become awakened. And through katha, through kirtan, through japa, through vrata, through satsang, we are evolving towards that state of awakening. Therefore, again and again, we implore you, Shravanam Kirtanam Vishnu Smaranam Pada Sevanam. Listen attentively, Shravanam, and become filled with the ecstasy. Once you listen, then you are introduced. You cannot be introduced otherwise. So you are introduced by listening, and through katha you are being reminded, and through practice you will be reinstated. Manasekam, vachasekam, karmana ekam. You become Mahatmana. You become a supernatural soul, a super human being. Bole Shri Gajanan Bhagavan ki